Yeah, what's wrong?
Nothing.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, I just need a ride.
Oh my god.
So fun. I just want to have fun.
Start your engine.
I'm Benito Skinner,
I'm Mary Beth Barone.
and this
Is
Ride.
I love college. I love drinking. And I love women. I would sing that. Do you understand?
But do you remember the follow-up to I Love College, which was I Hate College?
Who made that?
I hate college, but love all the parties. And
Oh,
drinking bottles
bars.
of
Shit, it reeks in
Wait, was
here.
that not Sammy Adams?
That might have been
Ash,
Sammy Adams.
there was an Asher Roth.
Did you hook up with Sammy Adams?
No, I just had such a crush on him, and then I posted about it a couple years ago, and it like exploded. It was like such a moment, and then he followed me, and then he came to one of my shows with his fiance.
yeah.
So that was a fun full
You
circle
got to
moment.
meet the other woman.
And someone, yes, I did. And someone DM'd me being like, he came to a college party once after performing, and he was like so nice and respectful and didn't like try to hook up with anyone.
Fashion
So-
darling Sammy Adams.
Chivalry's not dead. But there was, I remember an Asher Roth version and then a Sammy Adams version. But one of them's like not available on Spotify. And I don't like that.
Asher Roth has to be. Can we check this? Just kidding. No facts
Just
here.
kidding. We don't do fact checking. So we are here at the Overcompensating House at Coachella.
We're
We're
at
dating the pod.
We're literally
For the
dating the
second
pod for
time
the second
ever.
time ever. It's kind of shocking. We are at Coachella, and can I just say to everyone listening and this time watching, Mary Beth at Coachella. Wow. You had so many zingers. You were on one. And it's my new era, which I have to tell everyone about. The morning after a dinner or anything super casual with Terry, I go, you were on fire last night.
Well, needless to say, you can find inspiration anywhere.
Totally.
And so I found walking around and just sort of viewing the people that were there. By the way, Coachella, not a body positive space.
Well, of
I
course
didn't
not.
know that many people had flat stomachs. So I had to just sit with that for a while.
Of course.
And then I would say also, so my big question walking out of the festival was like, where do these people live during the year?
But you said that to me after I assume, like I saw two boohoo girls.
Shein. Drop the Shein and nobody gets hurt.
Drop the Shein.
Now.
And also, I never knew you could wear that many belts.
It was a huge
6.
year for belts.
Up to 6 belts.
I also saw some girls with Dior bags, and I thought, I don't think he had that in mind when he made the bags.
You turned to me and you said, I don't think Galliana wanted that. You said that
But
to
I
me.
just don't think he did. And
He
I
probably
think it's
didn't.
important to like consider that when you're putting an outfit together.
And I agree.
I saw a lot of underboob and a lot of tushies. And I feel like for perverts, Coachella is sort of like the Super Bowl.
What was so incredible, I was walking by these two gay men, the bears, if you will. If you
And
want
I
me to
will,
do the
and I
term-
always will.
And I know you would. They were just wearing fanny packs over their dicks. And then their shirt said, Bratchella. And then one just said slut in the brat font. And I just thought, like, that's incredible. But this was like a crop top on them.
Right.
Or no, it was just the hats. But their full asses were out. And I just thought if my full ass was out at Coachella,
But
what
with
would
jock
happen?
straps?
See, here's the thing. There was no line underneath it. And this is where I'm like, gay is an innovation.
Right.
Gay is in a TV show.
Gays can have TV shows. They can go to Coachella. They could really do a lot of the things that any other citizen could do.
Exactly.
Which is really cool.
Except,
for now.
Except vote.
Vote, of course.
Cheaper cut of dust.
Cheaper cut of dust. Do you want to
We're
talk
here.
about it?
I met Lord.
And thank you guys so much for tuning in for the Overcompensating
That was it.
special.
Thank you so much. This has been
you.
amazing. I love her.
So-
That's Ella to me. That's Ella.
You met Ella, which was huge. And I do want to say the format of this episode, we're going to answer some questions we got from Baronis, and then we're going to bring in the cast one by one, and they're going to tell us what they ride for. So that's pretty fun.
They're nervous.
They're really nervous. They asked us, is it better to be hyper specific? Is it better to be broad? I said, just don't try to be funny. Just bring what you ride for, and it will naturally be funny.
Exactly.
We have a very funny cast.
Oh, we have the best cast in the world. You're going to love them so much. It feels like, you know what we are today?
What? See, I was thinking it's like a Regis and Kathy Lee sort of situation.
Very Regis and Kathy Lee. I'm Kathy Lee.
Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos.
I'm Kelly Ripa.
And you're Kelly Ripa.
I saw
So-
Mark Consuelos totally naked this week in Stuart Weitzman sneakers. Just keep going. Let that live where it's,
So I'm not adding, I'm amplifying
yes.
in that situation, which, you know, anytime anyone says something, you have a choice. You can do one of two things. You can add to it or you can amplify, which is a huge theme of the season. Yeah. We also want to clear Terry's name. So we actually don't know who's running the Overcompensating account, but I saw them repost a photo of you and Charlie and it said, actually never going to recover from this. And I love that sentiment, but I don't want any of the viewers at home to think Terry wrote that.
If that Terry's in bed doing that, I'm obsessed.
Next to you.
He can never recover from a photo of me and Charlie
You
together.
and Charlie, who he sees and talks to every day.
Every single day of
Both
his
of you.
life.
So that's a good agenda item. Also on our
Yeah.
list for pod opening, you had written nut butters, which I don't think we want to wait for season 3.
I could never wait for season 3. Here's the thing. Well, I was gonna ride for nut butters, but Terry took me to a farmer's market, but it was like right by the Chinese theater. And everyone was acting like it was nice. And I'm saying, like, I love everyone who was there. I just think we could maybe find a better location. Like, we were in Hollywood proper.
Farmers shouldn't be at
I
the
shouldn't
Chinese
even
theater.
be near the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
No.
Can I just say ever?
No.
But we're at this farmer's market, and I go to I go to this nut butter tent, and I'm finding that I love all of them. I love almond. I bought an almond butter that has cacao, a little and espresso beans in it. I'm a chef, so I cut open a date and I put it in, and I ate that. It was so good. It was a perfect dessert.
nature's candy.
But I love nut butter. And on set, just a little set fact, peanut butter was huge for me. But then we were in a house at one point when we shot the 7th episode, and their son was like deathly allergic to peanut butter.
Okay.
So we had to have the sunflower butter. But I
Which
really
I
loved
like
it.
sunflower.
That's what I'm
sunflower
saying.
seed butter, right?
Well, yeah, that's yeah. I
It's
can't
the
say nut
seeds.
butter.
Yeah,
in
I
this-
know.
in
Well,
this
you
instance.
can say it 3 times, and you've already said it 3 times. Amazon said you have a
But I
limit.
love it. I just so I'm glad you caught that.
Yeah, well, because we have 2 notes apps things that we share. One is
Yeah.
pod opening, and one is what we ride for, and they are really different. So when something ends up in the opening doc, I'm like, well, that's to be brought up in the intro.
I've never once written in the ride one. I don't know.
I
if I
put
have
yours
access.
in there.
Yeah, I tell you what
You
it
have
is.
access to it, but you'll usually text me, and then I know it's gonna get lost. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna put it on the list.
God, there was something else you said today that. Oh my God. Oh my God.
We can't talk about that on here. 'Cause
I'm sorry. I think it's the best thing that's ever happened.
No.
We saw someone yesterday who was in a denim romper, and Mary Beth. I said this morning, I think it's the funniest thing I've ever seen
But
in my life.
I'm adding it to my hour, so I can't spoil it.
Can you just get it on camera so we have it just in case?
Fine.
Your hour, you'll think of 10 more brilliant things.
Okay,
Before
this is
then.
my impression of a pussy in a denim romper, and we'll probably have to bleep that. Ready?
Yeah.
Let me out! I can't breathe.
And then I told you, seeing that and the rub that was probably happening. Sorry to say rub.
I know.
But
That was scary.
That
My
was so
phone
scary.
flew off because it's physical comedy, which I don't usually do.
I know, which is shocking. Your next hour will be all physical
It's all
comedy.
just me sort of jumping around. Whoa!
But it
almost
reminded
fell
me
over.
of, and I know everyone will know this, and I can't wait to say it to a silent room that
Yep.
can't talk while we're filming something. But when you've just been on your feet all day and you've been wearing underwear and your taint turns into a rope. It's very that.
It's very rope.
All of a sudden
it's
you're
very
like,
rope-esque.
it's raw.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
rubbed.
It's G-Star
rubbed.
raw.
It's G-Star raw. So that is another example.
Yeah.
Let me out. I can't breathe. And I feel for it in that moment because it's unnatural to have denim there. I really feel that.
I totally agree. I don't think denim's natural. Someone recently said they hate denim. I think it was Millie Bobby Brown.
She's had a lot of really good quotes lately.
She would love the pod. She'd love the show. I'll just say
and
that
I love
much.
her. And she did a what's in my bag, and she carries a microchip scanner. So if she sees stray dogs, she'll see if it's chipped, and then she can get it to their owner. Isn't that insane?
Whoa.
She's like a real like salt of the earth.
She has
heart
like
of
a second
gold.
job.
Yeah, pretty much. And
That's
she has a
amazing.
lot of dogs. From what
I
I
heard
understand.
everyone's always like Millie Bobby Brown's farm in Atlanta.
Yeah,
And I'm like, yeah, that sounds amazing.
I'm happy for her.
Oh, did I tell you about horse therapy?
No.
I'm glad I could say this. So I recently did a photo shoot, just more press for this show. I feel I'm lucky.
Enjoy these press opportunities.
While you can.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
exactly.
it's not going to translate to long form. I am enjoying these press opportunities. And I was on the shoot, and there was a horse. And her name was Daisy.
No.
And I literally, I've melted my own brain with this pod. You've ruined, this has ruined our
Me?
lives. No, this has ruined my life.
We
have ruined our lives. We kind of have.
Yeah.
And the horse comes over and they go, her name's Daisy. And I almost out loud said, there are easier ways to tell me you listen to rock.
To the horse wrangler.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they go, what?
She
They go
was-
to you. Wait, what did you say?
What faggot?
And you're like, oh, sorry. And we should probably mention that lately I've been so tempted to text you.
I know, that
being
slur.
like, how's your morning, blank?
I know,
And
well,
it'd be the
sister.
slur. But
It's
I
very
can't.
sister
I don't feel
vibes.
comfortable.
So then they bring out this horse and I get to pose with a horse. Felt very Jackie Kennedy Onassis.
Totally.
Don't you agree?
Yeah.
Say her name back to me.
Jackie Kennedy Onassis.
Exactly. You should have been Carolyn Bessette. Ryan Murphy.
I can't say
Sorry.
anything.
I know you can't say anything, but I'll say it. So here's the thing. all of a sudden I'm petting this horse, Daisy, and I'm looking into its eyes and I'm like, I've found true nirvana. Like I'm completely peaceful. And everyone there was like, whoa, you're so good with this horse. I'm like petting a horse took me to a place that I can't wait to ride 4 horses.
Where was Terry when all this was happening?
Literally,
I mean, you haven't even brought him up once,
as
and
if
I
he
brought him
wasn't
up.
right next to
I brought
me.
him up.
As if he wasn't
And you
right.
didn't.
Oh my God.
Well,
During
a
press.
TV show comes out, and you're just forgetting the little people.
Exactly. He's like literally in the other room
Yeah,
watching the
he's here.
feed.
He's here.
But yeah, no, petting this horse, I like saw humanity.
That's so cool.
Yeah, this horse was Daisy was just a total doll. And I was like, I want to ride her bareback, and I think she'd let me.
I think you sent me one of the images too, and it's really good.
I can't wait for you to see it.
Oh my God.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
Wait, you play my sister, and yes, we scrap in the show, but like, there's so much love there.
Totally.
Should we talk about the first time? When did I talk about this project with you for the first time?
Ago. Like when you were working on the pilot.
Which was like 2018 when we met.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously been like, it's evolved in so many ways since then. But I just remember you being like, oh, like, I think you should play my sister. Also, we used to help each other with self-tapes. I actually have a selfie of us from our very first time we did self-tapes together.
I know.
And I'm definitely going to post it in a dump because we look so stinking cute.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy because, and I said this too, this is like one of my talking points with the press is that like, it's so hard to find people with integrity in this business. And I just feel like you said like, oh, I want you to play my sister. And I was like, you know, people say things all the time.
I get it. I think that's just like how my brain works. I'm just like, no, it's this. And the cast today is literally like exactly, I mean,
wanted.
this is literally, it's my dream cast. Like,
Yeah.
I just kind of am like, that's the person. That's exactly like, they've surprised me in the roles. They've absolutely nailed it. I don't know. I'm just like, duh. And I knew, and I honestly can say that it translates, but it's like, I knew that I wanted it to feel like we have history.
Yeah.
But that there is love there. But if we're going to fight the whole time, I'm like, you need to feel also that I do love you.
That we come from the same womb.
Exactly. And that you've seen my butthole.
And I have.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So should we get into questions?
I think we should get into questions.
What are Baronis asked?
Such interesting questions, not
Hey.
the stuff you ever think you're going to get.
Of course.
So it says, hi, fearless leaders, Taika and Faita. Who was usually first on the call sheet for overcompensating? And this is coming from Meg.
Me. Next question.
Yeah, so that's an easy one. So the numbers on the call sheet actually don't change through the whole production.
stay.
So even if you weren't in a scene that day, you would still be number one.
Thank
which
you
is
so much.
Cool.
That means the world.
It's so cool. So what kind of laptops are characters using? Will there be Apple logos or will it be these Pear books? And they included a photo of iCarly.
Pear books. And you know what? I think pears were also in oh, I know you
I
sing,
know.
he stands in here. Was Court singing that? We're bringing him
You
in.
sang it earlier.
Oh,
And I had to leave the room.
okay,
you.
so Zoe 101, that's what that's from. We used Apple, and I don't know what the legalities are in that.
Well, you're deep in a lawsuit.
Well, of course.
They don't like gay characters using their products.
No. With Tim Cook?
Yeah.
He goes, I just don't see it.
I don't think it makes sense.
I don't get it. You know, I think everyone in Hollywood, this is one of those Hollywood things, always says that villains aren't allowed to use iPhones.
Only on Apple shows.
Oh, that's only on Apple.
Only on Apple
yeah.
shows.
So I don't know. I mean, we use MacBooks. You're going to see the Apple.
And iPhones.
Exactly.
Very cool.
But you won't know which like year unless
No,
you're
of
really
course.
unless you're an Apple head.
Totally.
Yeah. Great
Next question. What is the ideal snack and drink combo for the best viewing experience? Please answer as yourselves, but also as each of your characters.
Whoa.
So I think Grace would do baby carrots and hummus. And what's crazy is that same.
Hey, it's called writing a role for your bestie.
And water.
She still auditioned like 4 times though. Don't get
Yeah.
it twisted. She's not a Nepo
4
friend.
auditions.
Someone, you know what I got called this week?
What?
They were like, I said that Charlie joined the project after I talked to her about the pilot, and they're like, yeah, and his boyfriend works for her. Like, I'm sure that helped. And just to be clear, that happened after.
Yeah.
I'm like, they met.
Get your facts
They
straight.
met after. Your guys
Yeah.
are so hateful.
It's like in Hitch when he said you need to get your facts right.
Exactly. Okay, here's my thing. I think what I would have is obviously popcorn, a little kettle, maybe a big tin. Oh my God, a big tin. We should sell those.
Whoa, 3 flavors.
Till day 24. So I'm thinking like maybe something from Popcornopolis, just so I could say that word.
Totally.
And then Coke Zero. Oh, a crispy Coke Zero. And you know what I've been doing lately?
What?
If people come over, I'm one of the worst hosts you'll ever find. I don't know how to make drinks.
But that depends on the type of guest you are. Because I like to go into the home and I don't want anyone to apologize for it being messy. I want to be able to get my own drinks and open the snack cabinet and help myself. Because some people don't need to be like waited upon. Some people do. But I'm not that type of guest.
And I'm someone who like it'll be completely silent in the room and someone's like, should we play music? And I'm like, I thought we were.
Yeah, weirdly.
I thought the sound of the earth was the music. Yeah. I thought the ambient sound of life was enough. But yeah, Coke Zero, and then no, I've been postmating. Postmating. Or actually, for this case, I've been door dashing. Diet Cokes from McDonald's. 4 Diet Cokes, just to, you know how many people are coming over, and then every single time people go, "Oh my God, crispy, delicious, iced."
That's really innovative.
So I think that would be amazing, and I think you're gonna binge the whole thing. So you know, a little caffeine.
So that's the next question: should I watch the entire season on May 15th and soak it all in as I go, or should I space the episodes out to make the joy last longer?
Well, the joy will always be there, and you know what? I'm gonna say it. I think it's a fun rewatch. Even I've seen it about 45 times.
It's not gonna be fun to rewatch for you, but
here's the thing: I thought that, and then we watched the pilot yesterday with some friends, and I'm like, I love this fucking show. I'm so proud of it. So I would say, I don't know. You know what? If you have the will to extend it, I guess, but I don't think you're gonna.
I don't think people will be able to.
I don't think you're, because I love, you know what? I was raised on the OC and Gossip Girl. We love cliffhangers in this. We love, I want you to rip through it. Because it's like, you can't end an episode unless there's like a mic drop or like
But never skip the previously on, because we all got to take turns doing previously on overcompensating.
Which feels so previously on the OC. Melinda Clark. So it just, it's like all my dreams came true. And there's a special guest, if you catch it, one of the special guests did a previously on.
Also,
it's beautiful.
I told people this, I can't remember who I was talking to, but watch it with subtitles if you watch it again, because there's so many jokes that are sort of like, you might blink and you might miss it, but you'll see it in the subtitles, especially in episode 7.
Oh, yeah.
And that's maybe one of my favorite jokes of the whole season. There's actually a few in that scene at Spuds.
I think you can say the joke.
No, I can't. No, I can't, and I don't want to.
It's the
But also, what would you do if you had a
Oh, I'd fuck. I would love somebody, and I'm sure maybe Baroni HQ. I know you're listening, darling. I would love an Easter egg because there are so many. So I think like
and timestamps.
There's you're gonna see so many. It's ride lore in a lot of ways.
It is.
Yeah.
Then speaking of ride lore, I need to know if Benny took the chance to say to Kyle MacLachlan those classic bone-chilling words: "I'm your son, and I'm sexual, and I love you."
Do you know what? Well, you know I get intrusive thoughts, so of course it crossed my mind. But we really were on set for just a couple days. I love him more than anyone, and I will say it to him really soon.
You could do that, like.
But we talked to him about Sex in the City, like in the
I asked
car.
him really, like deeply personal questions as well.
Yeah,
he gave me a lot of good advice.
He's fantastic.
Because you have a lot of downtime.
He's the best daddy in the world, truly. Like, we're so lucky. But not yet have I looked Kyle MacLachlan in the face and said, "I'm your son, I'm sexual, and I love you." But don't write it off.
We're not saying it can't happen.
And I think I'm seeing him soon and during press, so I will. And I think he will be like, "Oh yeah,
just let me
forgot
be there
I said
for
that."
It. I don't have to be visibly there, but like I could be behind a curtain.
Well, we should
or
say it in unison.
Trey. Hey. So this is a 4-question question.
Good.
So we'll do rapid fire. Anyone you wanted to cast but didn't?
The only thing that I have in my mind is like guest stars for if we get to do a season 2. So I would say that, but no, I truly, this sounds like a lie. Every single person who is in this show is the one I wanted. It's really unbelievable. And it's because I think everyone also like, we saw exactly what we wanted and then some in every single person who's in the show.
Because you know what you want, you're decisive.
Yeah, it's a feeling. It's my intuition. It's the one thing I believe in.
Do you have any muses? And in parentheses it says uncut gems.
Uncut gems? I do have a muse. I think you're a muse for me because I love your comedy so much, because I think it feels so starkly different from mine. And that's what I respect. And I think it was Mitra Johari who wrote the 4th episode with us for the show. She said this thing about the character of Grace, and she's like, I love the fact that you have like an acidic bitch and she's not apologizing for it and she's trying to force it, but this is who she is and you can be that. Like she doesn't want to please, like she wants to please people to be loved, and she thinks that's what she has to do. There's something of you standing on a stage and not, you know, I'm running back and forth. Like I am so Benny. And so it's just so funny to watch like what my comedy was at the time when we met and watching you on stage. I think that's why I was so inspired. I was like, this is completely different from anything that I've done.
Don't make me cry on the pod.
I swear to God, but it just made me laugh so much. And I'm like, that's why people have done you wrote a role for your friend. And I'm like, no, I swear to God, I wrote a role from someone in comedy that I'm inspired by, and yes, she's my friend, but I don't write roles for all my friends, and I don't want that to be the conversation.
No, you've lost a lot of friends.
Of course,
you didn't write roles.
Of course, hey, it happens. It's Hollywood. But I'm inspired by your comedy, just like I'm inspired by Owen Thiele. So then writing the character of George, I was like, Scott King's watching. The showrunner, I remember at one point we were having this conversation, and we were like, I mean, it's Owen Thiele, so it has to be Owen Thiele. Like I wrote it for Owen, and I think that's the thing. It's like a muse is someone who you just meet and are immediately inspired by. And so I think literally this whole cast, once everyone was cast, getting to go back through scripts and find even more ways to tailor it to everyone's strengths, including yours, was like so. I'm so excited for a potential season 2 because now I just know. I know who's going to be there. You can write even
more to people's strengths.
Yeah.
And push them out of their comfort zone, which spoilers, but you freaking did it.
I will always push. I know.
And we're so thankful.
Literally, oh my God, there's so much. And my greatest joy in all this is when people get to see the people that I like see just so much potential and am so inspired by when they finally get to feel that and see that. Because I think this cast is like truly lightning in a bottle, and like every single person is such a star and an incredible person and genius. So, but if I had to pick one muse, it's my girl.
You're number one.
Hey, means the world.
Love you.
Touch him.
When God created Adam.
No,
remember?
literally. When God created the bi girl and the gay guy.
The bi girl and the gay guy with the podcast.
He really tore that one up.
The third question in the rapid fire, which we're doing amazing
I can't
on,
wait
by
for
the
rapid.
way.
How are we doing? Do we love it, everyone?
Good.
I got a head shake.
Will there be fucking cursing, bitch? And the answer is yes.
Oh, there's
a
so
lot
much
of profanity.
yeah.
And then fourth question, and this is just we want nudity in all caps. And honey, you're gonna get it.
You're gonna get it, especially from the two of us.
Yeah.
Like brother, like sister.
It runs in the family.
Sitting in this very room and seeing my ass on screen with friends and colleagues and strangers even, I was like, this life is a strange one, but it's mine and I'll take it.
And it's this one little life that we get.
It's this one little life.
Were there any other show name possibilities other than overcompensating?
Wait, I'm going to say more about nudity really quick.
Okay, cool.
And here's my thing. I think, and I'm not done with nudity yet. My thing is we always did it when it felt true to college and the setting.
Right.
And I think that is my thing.
And no one felt pressured.
Well, hey, thank you for saying that. Hey, we love that. Shout out Bergiu, our intimacy coordinator. We love you so much. But I think for me, it was like as much of like, I mean, college to me is like kind of naked and
in
very,
front of
like,
people you don't know that well.
In front of people. And I was having a conversation with Wally, Baram, who we're going to meet in a little bit, about college and kind of, I think the way that college students at that time, I remember like sexualizing myself, but you don't know if it's for you or for another person. So it feels so clunky and strange. And like being naked in front of someone during that time, like whether it be in like a frat house or, you know, or when you're having sex with someone, just, it's such a push and pull of confidence.
You're not like in your body that much as like a younger person. And also just for all the young people listening, like you will never be that young again. So just enjoy it and have fun.
Totally. Let it rip.
For the love of God. Oh. But yeah, the nudity is not gratuitous. It is just like, if it felt like honest for the character to be nude, then that's what happened.
Then I would do that. Yeah. And I'm like, and I think that was the same with like even writing for myself. But what's funny is that someone had asked I added a question. Someone had asked at one point, like, did you ever not write something because you're like, that's too real? And I'm like, I really think that all of us, I mean, by the end, it was like pretty obvious that some people from the writer's room were going to be in the show. But I think none of us were trying to tailor any scripts to like our comfortability. It would be like, this is what the character does. I'll just show up on the day and we're just going to let her rip. And I feel like that happened with everything. I was like, I don't know if I'm thinking about it as much, but it felt true and right for the moment and the character. Like, I guess we're doing it.
And you were willing to do anything.
Of course, because I
craft.
love this show, and I wanted to tell this story so bad and so honestly and make it feel so real.
So were there any other title names that I
No.
feel like this was very clear from the start.
It was always going to be this. The title name of the stand-up show that I did, it was originally called All the Best Ones Are Gay. But then I switched it because I didn't think anyone would come. So then it became overcompensating because I'm like, it's so
The act of that is overcompensating.
me. And that show was so overcompensating. You remember how I started that live show, which is so funny now watching it back. I'm like, I feel like because I got to tour that and build that relationship with you too, it's like I came out dressed as Britney with football photos of me playing on the screens. And I'm like, so is the show.
Yeah.
And that is the character of Benny. But getting now to find what that is for each of these characters is what this show is. And I feel like, yeah, that's.
And it's a true ensemble.
It really is. And oh my God, you're going to love them.
Because you're generous. So, okay.
Wait, can you do it one more time?
No.
You have to. Please.
No.
No, sorry, you have to. You have to. This is me on set. You want tea on set? Sometimes how me is this? You have to.
I have to do the denim.
I really think.
I don't have to do the physicality, right?
You have to. I think it will change culture. Madewell will stop selling them.
I don't want it. It's so hot. Let me out! I can't breathe. Okay, now that I'm sweating.
Fuck. Here we go.
And our first guest. And we'll rearrange the chairs.
Is she there?
Wally flying in.
Wait, Wally flying in. We're going to get you a chair. Hi, darling.
Totally rolling. We're totally rolling. Where you're gonna sit, that's a surprise.
It's
That's
going to
something we'll
happen.
never
It's going to
know.
happen right now. Wally. The things I did to Wally on set.
I feel
Because
crazy.
we did all these like
You didn't
late
do
night.
the worst stuff though. Someone else did a worse thing.
Oh God. Don't even.
Should we not talk about it?
Someone did fart on Wally on set.
Two
yes,
people
they
farted on
did.
Wally.
But we.
Yeah.
Benny, two people did.
Oh, two people did fart on Wally. But here's the thing. At one point, I remember on set, I said to you, I was like, it's only been like a weekend. I love you so much. We've done so many night shoots. I do have to go fart. And you were like so fine with it.
At least you left.
Yeah.
Someone of power was sitting crisscross applesauce across from me, and when he rose
It was
with
full.
such verve that the momentum of the fart out propelled him upwards.
I can't stress enough this was day one on set.
Yeah.
That was day one. And then it was the other person that did it was in the pregame scene maybe. or
Oh
something.
yes, yeah. One of our good old boys.
I love my boys, but when we shot
Yeah.
the pregame scene in 102, that room, I was like, you're fighting in my dorm room in a way that's really
And on
sitting
your
with
and
me.
on your
On
lead,
your-
lead woman.
And I'm my girl.
I'm
That's not
fart-onable, and that's kind of the character. She is a little fart-onable.
Hey, you know what? And aren't we all?
Yeah, aren't we
Yeah.
all?
Wait, I'm so happy you're here.
Hello,
Wally.
This feels
Crazy.
crazy.
Wally, this is your big and now introducing Wally Baram.
Wally
Hello,
Baram.
I mean,
friends.
welcome to the Ride Cinematic Universe. Obviously, we've talked
Cool.
about you so much this
Yeah.
season because, like, you know, we were recording episodes in Toronto still.
Yeah.
And then we can't get you out of our heads. So even since we wrap, we still talk about you, like, in every episode. But what do you ride for?
Okay, I ride for, this won't surprise you, hiding. I love to hide.
Oh,
I love a good hide. I love to protect my energy. If I'm not feeling like socializing or like having other people perceive me just kind of wandering around aimlessly when I'm not engaged in work, I will hide as long like I'll lie down kind of beside a bed so someone looking in can't see
Won't
me
even know that you're
on the
there.
bed. Exactly. I'll hide behind the door. I did that to Holmes once, bless her soul.
It's
Their soul.
innovation.
seeing what you've done with a space and how you can hide and make almost a fort.
Yeah.
What was that? We were shooting the episode in Idaho, and you guys were. It was such a long day, and you two had kind of made like almost like a PB teen dorm setup in the upstairs of that bar where it was like chairs across.
Oh my God,
and then
we
it was
had
like
to.
a fortress.
We had to. It was
was
survival.
beautiful.
We went into survival
But
mode
set
with
was
that vibe.
fabulous.
That was crazy.
But set was amazing. We treat actors with respect and that.
Of
Respect.
course.
Respect.
And we have mentioned on the pod several times that Wally actually sort of taught Benny that he could go to his trailer at lunch.
I have said this so much. I don't know if you've heard me say this, but I tell everyone that you taught me how to like actually just take a moment for myself. You're like, at one point, yeah, you were like, you don't have to go to lunch every day. You should just like go to your trailer and take a nap. And then I started doing that, and it changed my life because I just needed the like, oh,
The
It's
permission
critical.
and the reminder.
yeah. But you're so good at space. But it doesn't come across as I don't fuck with you.
No,
It's just
it
it's like
feels it's boundaries like when we
boundaries.
were at the concert at Coachella.
What did I do at Coachella?
Well, when
already
someone got soda in your boot
Oh,
and you
yeah.
just said, I'm gonna go.
I'll leave anything at any time unless I'm like, people are relying on me. But
no, I know.
if they're like,
But if it's optional, then you never know what Wally's gonna do.
Soda in
yes.
the boot at Gaga.
No.
It gives very finger in the booty ass bitch. Why is that in my head
I don't
today?
know what that is, but you said that earlier.
Someone will Google it and get to it. Yes, Wally. What's been your best like hiding moment?
My best hiding moment?
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, that's a good question. Okay, wait, this is actually a crazy story, and I usually don't spend money like this, but one time I came home, I was at my dad's house and making a sandwich, just exhausted. My uncle came over, and I hadn't seen my uncle in years, and I didn't want to like engage with my uncle. Just it's uncle small talk.
And that's okay, and you shouldn't have to.
I shouldn't have to. Uncle should not be forced. Never mind. Anyway, so then
Keep that. Yeah. Dear media, clip that.
We're keeping that.
so then I ran upstairs into the bedroom and I hid from him. And then I was like, man, I don't want to come down and talk to my uncle. And so I Instacarted a ladder to the house and I put in the notes. This is when I like first started making money and I was like, oh, I didn't understand how money worked.
By the way, a ladder like $40, and you're like, I never spend money like this.
But I Instacart.
Hey, just so you know, I'm frugal.
I don't live
not-
lavishly except this one day where
I'm
we got
not
a
reckless.
ladder delivered
You
from
know the day.
Lowe's.
You know
What did you put in the notes?
So then I put in the notes, I was like, hey, can you set the ladder up to, if you're facing the house, set it up to the window farthest left. And then the guy just left the ladder there and didn't look at the notes. And so then this is where it gets bad. I Instacarted a second ladder because I was like, in for a penny, in for a pound.
Well, you have to just commit to it. at
Yes,
that point.
and so then that guy
Wally.
set up the ladder under the thing, and then the neighbor came over, and they were like, "What's going on?"
Like someone painting your house? Like what's
Or
Hey,
is someone like trapped
trying
up
to
there?
escape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my uncle came out, and I was like, "Whoa, I didn't know you were here," because I had to go down, and that's my craziest hiding story, and it's one of my craziest stories. I didn't intend to get to it in this vlog, but it does really work.
I'm
here.
glad we got there. 'Cause
Yeah.
I
Oh,
feel
and
like
we-
that's important for the Baronis to understand.
And we had to get there. Wally has never once told me a story that I was like, it's always the first time that I would have ever heard something like that.
And
in
it's
my
never
life.
like that went exactly how I thought it was gonna go.
No.
Like even when you said the first ladder thing, and then I thought the guy was gonna set it up, and then when you said you had to order a second one, that was where I was like, that's the turn.
Yeah, and that's the Wally
twist.
turn,
That's
sweetie.
the Wally
And that's the
turn that she's
turn.
famous for.
But those ladders were very useful.
Of course.
Yeah. It was
Expensive.
It's great to have ladders in the
Yeah.
home. You know,
I don't have one. Maybe I need to get one.
You do.
It's scary though when they're in a house with your parents because I'm like, I don't want you guys up on that.
Yeah, I think we need
Relax.
an age limit for when a parent can get on a ladder, and if they're above the limit, like let's just as
Parents
the kids,
love it.
we'll pay to get someone in there to do whatever needs
My
to get
parents
done.
are addicted. I bet I can count on my hands how many times I've been on a ladder. Huge shock to everyone involved.
Not a lot.
But here's the thing. I am like, knock it off. Get off that thing.
Yeah.
But
It's not
parents
safe.
love hopping
It's
on
not
one.
safe.
And Wally, I don't want you on one anymore.
I will never be on a
Hey.
ladder. We ride for age-appropriate safe ladders.
Exactly.
Agreed. And hiding.
Wait, do you remember what I did after I met Wally on Zoom?
When you called me
Yeah,
and you said, I found our girl.
I did say that.
It was instant. He knew immediately.
I just knew. And I just knew. Because it's just, I think my favorite thing was like how long people, a part of the project, had seen the scripts. Even Terry and you had, heard of the show for 6 years. And it was so fun to be like, whoa, this is exactly the kind of person. I just loved your comedy. And if you haven't seen Wally's stand up, you have to. Oh my God. But it was just like, oh my God, here's this character. And I had fallen so much in love with this character. And she meant so much to me. And it's just like, are you kidding?
Benny,
I'm so lucky.
I'm so fortunate.
Yeah, you can
I'm
hide
like,
from me all you want,
Stop,
girl.
I'll get
Good
chills.
luck.
I've
Hey,
never
hey,
hide
good
from
luck.
you. Never. I've never
I
hid
love
from
it.
him.
Oh, we had so much fun on set. We did a lot of
Never.
night shoots, and then the 7th episode means the freaking world to me because I just kind of got to be with my girls.
Well, I want to say one thing, which is that I feel like the Carmen character is so complex, and it's this thing of like earnestness and sweetness, but also being funny. And like, I feel like girls in college suffer from this thing where when they're funny, like no one will just give them their flowers and laugh
No.
at them. And that's why I think having like a woman and a gay guy as best friends, like that is something so essential that some women don't find till after college. But like to just appreciate when like Carmen's character is so funny, like that meant the world. And I think it's such a hard like thing to accomplish, but you were able to do both. And so it was just like you were the only person that could do it, really.
yeah,
That's
'cause
how I feel.
I feel like immediately you just root for you, and you root for these kids.
Wally,
We
thank
love
you so
so
much
Thank
for
you,
being here. We're gonna get our
guys.
next guest in.
What
Thank you
a
for being on
joy.
entertainment tonight. We love you
Okay,
so
goodbye.
much. We can't move.
Yeah, love you.
Go hide, sweetie.
Out there.
Go
Let's
take a
bring
little
in our
nap.
next guest.
Go take a
who
little
is,
nap, sweetheart.
Of course, the famous Rish Shah.
Hey, oh my God, that's Rish Shah.
Rish Shah entering. Rish Shah flying
Rish
in.
Shah flying
Rish,
in.
come on, wake up. Rish, welcome to the pod.
Rish.
This is amazing.
I said I
anything for
wanted to
you.
have the biggest pants, and then you had to go and one up me.
With the biggest pants.
Bigger pants.
I know.
Yeah.
We're kind of matching.
I think we're good at always looking like we're going to the same event.
Yeah.
Which is crucial for any ensemble.
I do have board shorts on, but just have fun.
You're
fashion.
giving, like-
We're at the
don't take it all
pool.
so
There's a
serious.
pool at the
Sexy,
house.
preppy.
Sexy,
Rish,
preppy, etc.
chill. Rish, knock it off.
So,
Save it for on screen.
Seriously.
Rish, welcome to Ride.
Thank you so much.
How does it feel to be here?
Good. I'm very excited to
The
be
question on everyone's lips.
Yeah.
As
How does it-
Rish listened to Ride.
here. Have I? I can't lie to you. This is my first time on a podcast.
Oh
On any
my god! On
podcast?
any pod?
Podcast,
Well,
and
we
I
have the
don't-
Rish exclusive, sweetie.
And I genuinely like, and I've said this to you before, I have been waiting for a moment to have been so far departed from like your existence and mine that's when I'm going to like lock into Ride.
Because that's when you'll need it the
And
most.
that's when I'm going to need
Miss
it the
us.
most. Right now, I know I'm very blessed to have FaceTime with you. So
that means
That's
when
really
I don't
cool
have
to
the
say that.
FaceTime with you, I'm going to ride.
I really love that. Someone said that to me yesterday. They're like, "Yeah, I used to before we started working together. I listened to Ride all the time, but I don't now. I see you guys, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad it feels the same.
I think that's
I'm
fair.
Like, you can still tune in.
I think it's fair.
Hey.
I think it's fair.
Hey,
Hey.
it's all good.
Hey.
It's all
Hey,
good.
love
There's
you,
no
kid.
hard feelings.
How much
Happy
is
to
Rish
be
love you,
here.
kid?
Oh, he is love you, kid.
Love you, kid.
Especially
Love
in the
you-
show.
I
I
love
feel
you,
like
kid.
love you, kid. You
Yeah.
would know what that meant if you
Also,
listened.
I'm so excited what Rish
Yeah.
rides for.
What do you ride for?
I was thinking about this in my sleep, and I was kind of talking about it with the others.
Wait,
earlier.
since you brought up sleep, so I would say that if we were doing senior superlatives of I almost said the Ride cast of the overcompensating cast, Rish would definitely win, like most likely to be sleeping.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh, this
one
is so
time,
bad.
I went down. I was always early to get in the car
Yeah, you were.
to get to set because I'm
This
like a
is so
total
bad.
professional.
Oh, sweetie.
I'm going to
you-
preface this has never happened before.
So, okay, also you should know this, that we had been living in our apartments for 2 months at
the
that
meantime.
point. What I learned on day one is that some of the outlets control the plugs. So if the outlet was turned off, the plug doesn't work. So I learned that quickly. Again, I'm a woman, so I'm like observing and perceiving a lot. So I go down to the van, and then there's one of the drivers who I love was like, so we can't find Rish. And I was like, cool, that's really scary because you were like 30 to 40 minutes late at that point. So then the driver went to talk to the front desk, and they were like, we actually can't tell you what room Rish is in, but we can tell her. So I was like, great, why don't I just go see if there's a body in there or anything like
Yeah,
that?
what?
So I go up to your room, and
It
I'm
did feel
banging
like a
on the
because
door.
also she was checking for body because you had never been late.
You've
We'll just
never
say
been
that.
late.
I'm
Exactly.
So everybody,
Genuinely never
this
late.
was a one. Yeah.
My mother always taught me.
But
on
I was
time is
really,
yours.
really scared.
Mama Shah.
And
Mama
I always
Shah.
go to the worst possible thing that could have happened, so I'm freaking out.
Right.
So then I go bang on. I had to bang so hard, and you were like, "Whoa! Who the fuck is it? Whoa!"
Wait, that is so great
And
expectations
you
to
didn't
me.
even. I know. It was
so-
so
I
It's a
jarring.
know
Nosferatu.
You were so mad, and you didn't even open the door. And I thought to myself,
God.
I can't imagine
And
what
then
he
I
looks
rea-
like
and
right
then
now.
I
but you
realized what
didn't-
happened.
But you still didn't open the door.
No, yeah.
And you go, my phone didn't charge, and I'm like, well, because the outlets you can turn them off with the flip of a switch. So then it all worked out in the end, but it
doesn't
was
happen in the
really
UK.
scary. It was really scary.
This doesn't
Oh,
happen
don't
in the
make
UK.
It a cultural
I'm just an
thing.
island
he
boy.
always will.
It's just my little island doesn't. We're not equipped.
I'm sorry, I cannot deal with. Whoa!
Oh, you were so mad.
Wait, what's that line in Brad Pitt and Troy? You suck
You
of wine.
sick of wine.
It's very that.
It was very that.
I jumped into gear and suddenly, I was, and then
were
we were
in- you
there.
were- you were
And
locked
and
in.
hey, we got the scene.
And I took
did
your
get
car,
this.
and
We
you
got
took
the
my
scene.
car.
We got the scene.
Yeah, and you got it. So
did.
anyway, sorry. What do you ride for?
Okay, yeah. So it genuinely came to me last night, and I was thinking about it. And at first, I was gonna say incense, and then I thought, oh, like true, boring, but also true, but also like my genuine, like this is what.
That's so out of left field. To
Yeah.
me, it's out of left field.
Right.
Rish
Oh,
always
really?
smells
Oh, yeah.
No,
oh.
I know he smelled, but you never think like a straight guy's super into incense.
Can I say something though? Sometimes straight guys will light frankincense in a room, and I'm like, whoa, is it Easter Sunday?
Oh my
Get that
God.
out.
Get that out.
Put some water
sorry.
on that.
Well, it's triggering if you were Catholic.
But no, but my ride is sleep paralysis.
You ride for sleep paralysis.
I think I have to.
Wait, this is so powerful.
more.
You know what this harkens back to?
Yeah.
When I wrote for intrusive thoughts, because you have to write from them in order for them to go away.
Totally.
Love you so much.
Get-
Keep going.
you take
Hey,
the
and I'm
power
gonna watch
back.
that. It's been a real bane of my existence for a few years, but I've like realized, hey, I'm having sleep paralysis right now.
Yeah.
So and now I enjoy it.
Yeah,
now
you
I'm
can do
like talking
stuff.
to the demons.
You're
Yeah.
like,
You know.
it's very you saying hi to Grandpa Terry when you enter the house, or just
Right.
ghosts in general. We love
Yeah.
ghosts
But
on
this
the
is
pod.
why I think people believe in ghosts is sleep paralysis because you can hallucinate, which makes me sound fucking insane.
It really
no,
doesn't.
it doesn't, especially not to the Baronis. I mean, some of the things
Okay.
we've said on this
No,
podcast.
Because
had
I've
them
had
say-
some
they've
crazy-
said Shiesta McGuagan, which I would love to hear you say.
Shiesta McGuagan.
yeah, that sounds really good with the accent.
Let's just clip that.
Shiesta McGuagan.
Like, can you take us through it?
Yeah, no, for
On
sure.
Entertainment Tonight, we gotta hear
I'll
this.
take you through it. It's well, there's different like variations, and like it happens to me if I'm really, really exhausted. Like the first time I ever experienced it, I had no idea this was a thing. So it was as I was falling asleep, and suddenly I was in this weird kind of state of which I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I really
No,
wouldn't.
it's crazy.
I
It's
really
really scary.
hey, and I wouldn't
And
wish
you've
a lot
got
of things.
enemies.
And I
You've
got
got
enemies.
enemies.
You've got
wouldn't-
no.
but
He's
I
got ops.
You've got
sis.
ops out there.
Still, but I wouldn't.
Still.
I wouldn't wish this.
Just inside jokes between us.
inside
We have a lot of
jokes.
scenes
Yeah,
together.
we had a lot of
Whatever.
scenes together.
Whatever.
As I'm falling asleep, I realized like, okay, I could not move. And then I started like trying to shout for help, and those shouts became screams,
coming
but I
out.
couldn't get anything out.
Yeah.
And it just got more and more terrifying. And then I realized, oh, like I thought I was paralyzed. And it was just crazy.
do you
it
feel like you
sounds
can't
crazy. to-
move?
You know,
Yeah,
you genuinely
Like you truly
can't
feel like
move
you
any
can't move.
extremities.
Genuinely
You
can't
can't
move.
talk.
And it happens more, and I did a lot of research. It happens more if like you're laying on your back or whatever. And
You do start hallucinating
bit
too.
more, and
It's
you can
really
hallucinate. Have you
weird.
had it?
I have had it.
Oh, God.
Actually, the first time I ever had it was in college.
Yeah, mine
and
was
I
in
was
college
taking a
too.
nap,
Uni,
and I
yeah.
woke up from the nap, but I couldn't move.
Yeah.
And then I realized I was still sleeping. And it's
No, it's
yeah.
crazy.
New fear unlocked.
It's crazy.
Hey, enjoy it.
But now,
wait.
enjoy it, because now you got to ride for it, because you got to be like, well, if not, I'm going to think I'm going to die. And this is when I realized I was on a plane. It was after my 21st birthday, and we were flying to Barcelona or something, and I had sleep paralysis. I was so exhausted. And I thought I was having a heart attack on
and
the
you
flight.
ride so hard for this.
And I
Which I love.
ride for it. Yeah.
This is what the pod's all about.
I was like trying to get the guy next to me, get his attention.
But you couldn't move
And then
or
I
talk.
realized, yeah.
What
I
are the
couldn't-
demons like? What are they? Is it very Babadook coded?
Oh my God, I love the Babadook. That was one of my favorite horrors.
I love Babadook.
I love
Babadook's
Babadook.
like pretty famous.
I'm like oh, is it?
Oh, cool.
Damn.
Oh, sorry.
Listen, we
I
don't
didn't
have
know
a
you
lot
were
on this
such a film
island.
buff.
What did the demons look like?
They're faceless.
Until
I don't
that
have
morning,
it
it was
often,
Mary
by the way.
Beth.
It was me.
Whoa! Is that how you talk to him?
Oh yeah. Now I'm not joking, guys. I genuinely know now when it's happening, and like I've realized sometimes to myself, if I do have a weird hallucination, I do like talk back to them, and I'm like, what? Like, come on then.
I would do.
I'm like, come
anything
on,
to watch
step,
this.
like, do something then.
That's-
No,
It's
nothing's
real.
gonna happen.
You
and I'm
going
gonna
like?
wake up.
You're like, hey, bruv.
I'm like, hey, sorry, yo, hold up, back up.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Easy.
whoa, what?
Easy now.
And then I'm gonna wake up and feel fresh. Like,
I don't know what I would do, but this is an incredible ride because it's powerful. This is what we do.
And it's
Taking the
one to
power
just,
back.
it's one to sleep on.
Take the power
Yeah.
back. And also, here's my thing. There's no singular experience. So the second I go
Right.
on the internet or on Reddit and I'm like, oh, everyone else feels this.
Yeah.
Thank
No,
God.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
So many.
Luckily, it's a universal thing.
Is it an annoying thing? My last question is it an annoying thing when people do the memes about it where they're like, what my sleep paralysis
My
demon
sleep
looks like in the
paralysis
corner?
demon.
Yeah, because it's like, well, you don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I'm like, how? You know what? Don't even try and relate.
Well, my
Yeah.
culture's not
If you
your
haven't lived it.
costume.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank
So,
you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Rish Shah, everyone.
what a
Hey.
fabulous ride.
Rish,
and
Shaw,
thank
and
you so
Ride.
much for being
Thank
on
you
the
guys for
podcast.
having me.
We ride
And
for you
hey,
so
we hope
hard.
to
I
one day
love
get
you
you as a
guys.
listener. Love you,
Oh,
kid.
I hope to only be one
Love
date
you,
your sleep
Ken.
I will
paralysis
be.
demon.
Listen,
to
I
say
hope I never
hello.
am, because you guys are lumbered with me and stuck with me. Love you guys. Thanks for having me.
Does he
Thank you
mean
very
the
much.
world?
Bye.
Sorry, he means the world.
Who's next?
You just put that right there, baby.
Nell, get in here now and hurry
We
on
love you.
hop.
Nell on the hop.
That-
You better dribble, girl. You better dribble in here and show us that
Nell,
Jordan
welcome.
shimmy. Nell,
Nell, please take
Nell
a seat. Welcome
Verlaque.
to the pod.
you are just the best.
Let me just say,
The Jordan shimmy.
no, Benny,
Okay,
thank
we'll
you.
get to that in a
But
sec.
we will address. It's an honor to be here.
Wow.
It's an honor to have you.
I'm
I
a
love you
huge
so
fan,
much.
and I love you both. And I didn't watch Ride until my friend Ella, who's like a diehard fan, told me about it. And she was like, you can't go on that show without listening to these two brilliant people.
But Ella, huge shout out to you, and
We
thank
love
you
you.
so much for converting girls into Baronis. That's
So,
what we want. It's
thanks for
conversion
having me,
therapy.
guys.
We're so happy to have you. I remember when you submitted your tape for Emily. And I had seen
Just-
Thanksgiving. I thought you were so brilliant. I love that movie. I had such a fun time at the Cinemark, North Hollywood. It was incredible. I love that film. It's so fun. I can't wait for Thanksgiving too. But
Thanks, babe.
you're tape was submitted, and it was so funny. On the page, it reads as, "This girl is absolutely nuts. How could these two things exist in the same person?" You were so funny, so brilliant, still felt like a real person, and just like I couldn't. And I had seen you in Thanksgiving, so I'm like, what the
This
fuck?
is not the same
We were
person.
laughing so.
No,
I mean, I
comedic
was
genius.
You're brilliant, like literally,
Undeniable.
You're just incredible. You to Wally saying is like that will stick with me for a long time. And our
Love
scene
her.
together is like, you're just the
Yeah,
best.
I don't think I've ever had more fun, even like having sex with a straight guy. So
That,
Wow.
that means the world.
Wow.
And you know what?
And
And
dear
dear
media,
media, clip that.
So
But hey, I where to even begin with you? But I think we'll begin with, what do you ride for?
what do you write for? Yeah.
well, as our recent discussion just a few minutes ago, I changed my answer
Okay.
because I feel like this is really one for the people.
Yeah. Of course.
So-
it's very rad.
Right now, I'm writing for going viral for something cringe.
This is
And
so
the power
rad.
that has.
Everyone's facing demons.
Yeah.
Because I've never gone viral, and I don't know that I will in my lifetime again.
Oh my God.
What?
I just
I
went
just went
viral. That's one of our bits.
That's
You'll
one of our
love
bits.
it. Yeah.
Wait, but something so
But you
interesting.
kind of did that. You could have done that.
But
'cause you
you're
did go
going viral, and you didn't even post it. It's like
No, no,
someone
no.
else posted it.
I
It's just kind of
also-
a nightmare in a way.
Everyone, like my friend group calls me the auntie because I go home really early. I never go out.
You
and I
left your own
also-
birthday party early. I literally
bring
went
that
out with you and you were at a
up.
birthday dinner. I met you and you were like, yeah, we might go out after. And I was like, oh, I'm tired. And then I texted you the next day. I was like, how was last night? You're like, I just went home after dinner.
That's it.
On your birthday.
And hey, that's my girl.
Yeah, so I'm kind of amazing.
Yeah.
I just don't know what's also going on most of the time. Like I know what's going on in the news, and I know what's going on with like movies.
Well, you told us I was having a party and you literally go, Donald Trump was shot.
sure.
And you were like, my mom just texted me.
Because my mom will text me and say like, you know, this is what happened, or
Yeah.
this person did this. Okay, so a lot of the time my friends will tell me, and my mom. And so about 4 guys who I hooked up with in high school all texted me separately out of the blue. And they were like,
coming out of the
Today's
woodwork.
about demons
Yeah.
and ghosts.
Yep.
and we're like, Nell, one of them spelled my name wrong. Nell, how
So
are
cool
you?
when they do that?
And I was like, this is kind of weird. I don't respond. And then the 2 other ones are like, you're kind of breaking the internet. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, people are saying I'm
like,
so pretty.
You're like my impact. You go,
I'm like,
oh, so
finally.
You're like,
That's such
ow.
a cool instinct
You
to
go-
think that that's why.
You
I
went,
was
oh, my
like-
headshot leaked?
I was like,
Like-
holy shit. Finally.
Yeah.
And then I saw an old clip of a show that I did where I play a basketball player, a great one, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I did that for the kids.
That's Miss
absolutely.
Big Shot.
Big Shot.
If you're
Big Shot,
nasty.
You want to watch it?
Yep.
And
Disney numbers.
I referenced
Sentence numbers.
Michael Jordan's signature shimmy,
Yeah.
a move that I had no idea what it was or if it existed.
We're
Turns
still
out
not sure if it
We're
does.
not sure if it does.
and we won't look it up we don't fact check on the pod.
But if you want to watch the video that is on Cringe Talk, which I didn't know,
It has 8 million views.
I am cringe, but I am free.
I agree.
Yeah.
I kind of,
Amplify.
Amplify.
I'm like, I mean, 2 of our cast members, both straight
Straight.
guys,
Straight guys.
nobody else knew.
It didn't
That
even.
was never-
It didn't
Do you
come
know-
within 20 feet of my algorithm.
And in
No.
that moment, I thought, okay, my algorithm knows me exactly because I heard you say Jordan's signature
Signature
shimmy,
shimmy.
and
And
I
you were
thought,
like-
was there a Jordan in the high school?
Sure, sure,
I
sure.
know who Michael Jordan is, and I
Yeah.
love his work,
of course.
and I love his fashions.
Yeah, sure.
But here's the thing, I like that didn't clock, so I know that clip's
Yeah.
not for me. But what they didn't understand is that I'm a Nell head. And I would, of course, I
you.
would want to see that.
Thank
and
you.
you sell it, and you and John Stamos together.
And as you
I
said-
get everything I want.
Thank you. I have a smoky eye. I have a brilliant updo.
You
that I-
look
To
really,
play
really
basketball
good.
with a smoky eye and
really,
updo,
really
and
good.
definitely be to me, and that you're giving forward, you're giving post.
Thank you. I was a leader.
Yeah, duh.
I love it.
I was the leader of
You're
the
a
team.
really good player.
So obviously I can act, which we knew.
We knew.
But yeah, it's been a wonderful day for me, and I decided to post to my huge following, 91,000 followers.
Hey, it's not nothing.
It's not nothing.
Hey, we'll see you after May
but
15th.
to
Cheers.
see, let the public know that
have to own
I
it.
love this.
Yeah.
I'm not offended at all.
Well,
Yeah.
Also, I'm like, whenever that happens in the show, is literally for kids. It's like, what do you? You know what I mean? It's like it's
And
fantastic.
you're like saying-
I'm like, what?
Saying someone else's lines, but I'll take credit for it.
Yeah.
I own Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I own the line.
And that's his
Yeah,
signature
you owned
fucking
it.
shimmy.
And I
Yeah.
did it.
Jordan's signature.
Oh, I can't wait
shimmy.
for you to do it in season 2. You know I gotta give you. Oh my god, I gotta give you a basketball.
Love you
Thank
both.
you so much for bringing such a message of hope and positivity to the podcast.
I
agree.
try, and I love you both so much.
And can I just say,
What?
if you're cringe, then I'm cringe, and I want to
Babe,
be
we
cringe.
knew
If Nell
this.
Verlaque is cringe, I want to be cringe.
too.
We are so honored to have you. You're our big shot.
I love.
Wow.
See that? We should be on E! News.
I know.
The Roundup, or is that what it's called? I love you
don't
so
know.
much.
Love
Bye.
you.
I know we love you.
Okay. Send in the next guest.
You're kidding.
And look,
Me
Owen.
coming in.
wow.
Owen
Wait.
Thiele.
I really want to wear my sunglasses because I'm so tired.
Do it.
No, I'm not going.
We would never be
oh my
mad.
God, who
I want you
cares?
to.
It looks crazy.
You're so cute.
Horrible today.
You say
This
that
is
to
an
me every
auditory
time I see you.
experience.
Wait,
Don't
no
worry
one's
about it.
no one's.
I mean, we're
This
filming
is
it, but-
crazy, you guys.
This reminds me.
Owen, Theo, welcome to the podcast.
Owen Thiele, this reminds me of In Your Dreams because I went to your house and you had a full set, and I'm like, Mary Beth and I,
This
she's in a
is
detention
crazy.
center, and I'm at any podcast studio that'll take me.
Of course.
And-
And you have a full set.
And I will say, I still haven't been asked to do the pod, which is super interesting.
Can I be honest? I've put an ask in.
Who there?
To your
wants-
agents.
Hey.
Who there doesn't want me on?
Talk
It
about
hasn't
this.
been trickled down. to
Court,
me.
sorry, Owen
Court,
took the
no.
spot. Court, go.
And
Go.
we're not
Hey,
cutting this,
go.
but hey, can I say one thing? If you're not early, you're late. Get out.
Exactly.
Court, I took your spot, and I'm so sorry. The other black one.
No.
Wait, this is crazy, you guys. I feel like I'm on a reality TV show.
I know, aren't we? It's like Entertainment Tonight. It's the Hunger Games. It's what's his name? Plutarch.
It's
Wait,
Plutarch.
Wait, I've not
Don't
seen.
worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about
Yeah.
it.
And hey-
Huge
and hey,
commentary on
say that.
fascism, by the way. But
Totally,
it's fine.
totally.
Watch it whenever you get a chance.
Suzanne
So welcome to the
Collins.
pod. How's your Coachella been?
First of all, I love you guys so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Do you remember last night at the guest compound? I was with Owen and we were drinking these tequila drinks. I was throwing up in my mouth every 5 minutes. The acid reflux
It was
I
horrible.
had.
I'm still burping.
Well, it was so funny. I was talking to
I
you, and
hate
then I
that for
watched
you
you
guys.
burp,
I'm
and I
sorry.
thought, "Oh my God, did Owen just throw up in his mouth?" And you go, "I just threw up in my mouth."
Wait, okay, so it wasn't happening to me, and then you
Yeah.
brought it to my attention, and all of a sudden I'm like having trouble breathing.
Contagious.
It was really contagious, and now it's kind of trickled down, and now it's going out the other side.
Oh,
Not
we
shitting,
don't
hey,
talk.
not
We
shitting,
don't talk
farting.
about poop and farts on this podcast.
Oh, I totally hear you.
But what if?
I totally
Kidding, I'm
hear you.
But what if
kidding.
it's about me peeing out of my butthole in this very house? I love this life. Here's the thing. I love this one life.
Well, it's
totally,
not just
totally.
glamour.
It's not
There is
glamour.
the other side of the coin.
People
which is
think you
No,
can't
of
do
course,
that.
and we need to talk about that.
People think you can't do that
Sorry.
in a press look, but
Well,
they haven't met Benny Drama.
People think that these jeans, come on, just because these jeans fit well and they were tailored, I get my jeans tailored. Do you?
Of course.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I have.
You have to.
I have
Okay,
the,
good.
I have the big reveal that I have to do something to the waist because of the butt.
Wait, what do you have to do?
course.
I just have to cinch the waist a little bit.
They put a little dart in
Thank
it.
God I could say
No, you
that.
don't.
Thank
They-
God that's on
they can just put a
camera.
little
Why?
dart
Because
in
the
it.
butt's too big,
It's too big.
Like that.
but the waist is too thin. Okay.
Wait, I'm so happy you're here. You're
I'm
literally my
so-
favorite person in the world, and
Stop.
these are the two people that I knew were going to be in the
That
show
you
from the beginning.
Ride for?
Well, of course I ride for
Oh
you.
my god! And I always yell. Do you know that about me?
No.
You look stunning.
Thanks. Benny did my glam.
It's
Really,
fine.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
I
I
did the
mean,
glam.
what did you think was gonna happen, babe?
Hey, can I just
When
say
he
something?
gets a beauty blender near my face, it's always fireworks.
totally.
It's fireworks.
It's half.
firework.
It's firework. It's half magic on the cheeks, and can I say what's the bronzer? Westman Atelier. I love saying Westman Atelier.
Wait, you did my makeup for an event.
I know, so much
It was
fun.
amazing.
He's really good.
I
at
looked
it.
gorgeous.
You're kind of my favorite person in the world, and you as well. But we're
Well,
just so
you
happy
can
you're
say
here.
that because I know it's just different.
It's just
It's just different.
Like,
I hear
that's
you.
my.
I don't feel threatened.
No, and I don't feel threatened.
No.
What do you think the world's gonna do when the three of us, when the script comes out, the script that the three of us are writing?
I mean, there's just
Continue.
nothing anyone can say.
No, there's
Continue.
nothing.
You don't have any scenes together, do you?
No.
In overcompensating.
Wait, well,
don't think
no,
so.
but
No.
no. I'm in the
But-
background of
Season
one
2.
of your scenes, and I felt lucky to be there.
Oh please.
I felt lucky. I was standing there watching you
Stop.
being like this. I literally,
Oh.
I was in the background. They were like,
When?
I was storming off.
108.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Can I just say something? 108.
108?
108.
And you can.
I said 108 recently, and someone's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "The 8th episode." So I guess I can't. I shouldn't.
I know,
do-
isn't that
But
weird?
that's how they
10,
number it.
103,
That's
well,
how they number
It's
it.
this weird thing where
Sorry.
it's like
Whatever.
industry speak.
Well, it's industry.
It's
Once you're
industry.
in it, you can't get out.
You
Exactly.
are gay in the show, gay in real life.
Yes.
Well,
Pretty cool.
yeah,
We'll
that's
see.
great.
How's
Well,
that
it's,
going?
I'm being gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun.
When did you come out?
I came out really young, like really young.
That's so powerful.
My
That's
mom.
a flex.
That's a flex.
Yeah.
I was really lucky. My mom was very supportive,
Mm-hmm.
and so she was like, hey, like there's boys that you're gonna be into, and then there's girls that you're not. And I was like probably 4.
And hey,
I was probably 5.
let's have that conversation and say
Whoa.
that. Yeah.
She made me gay in a certain way.
I gotta talk
Well,
to her
thank-
because if
can
I
I
ever
say-
have a son,
Thank God.
yeah.
Thank God.
Thank God.
I ate Raising Cane's last night with your boyfriend.
How
Of
was he?
10 years. You have a 10. That's
Wow,
crazy.
talk
But so
about
do you.
rules of cheating.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you went home. I'm not going to talk about it right now. But I literally, I literally had buttered toast with your lover.
Wait,
Deal
how
with
was
it.
it? Oh, God.
But then I ran into Jake Shane, our friend, and
course.
I again threw up in my mouth from this fucking acid reflux margarita. I swear to God, there was one girl at the guest compound who goes, "Did you give him? Did you give him it again?" Like I could picture them in the back making the drinks, going, "Give him another one." Like, I don't
You
know
know why? I
people.
figured it out.
What do you ride for?
Oh my God, I've been wanting to. That question's insane. Like that's actually in my dreams. In your dreams.
In your dreams.
Okay.
Oh, it's always a plug with you. I
Well,
swear.
of course.
Businessman.
Of course, Jergens. No, I'm joking.
And to that we say, Sarah B.
Sarah B. You'll see us soon. And tell us what you ride for.
What do I ride for? I kind of have been riding for a pregame recently. Like honestly, like a college pregame. I'm sorry. Like I love it.
Fuck, you give us an yeah.
Oh yeah. I love a pregame and I love a postgame. Honest,
I love a post.
I love a postgame, but I don't love the game itself. I'm like kind of like unless it's Charlie XCX concert or Sabrina Carpenter concert. I'm like I kind of am done.
No, it's all about the pregame and the postgame. I love that, especially in like as you get older and you go out less. Like
Totally.
you want that night out to really last, and so you're pushing into the wee hours of the morning.
When you're in my house for a pregame, I'm safe. And remember when I ate cereal at your house?
Of course. After.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Benny came over to my house. It was really late.
We had just seen a dark room for the first time.
So we had just gone to a gay orgy. We did not participate.
Season 2.
Season 2, baby.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay, wow. And I just to
Mary
paint
Beth,
the
you were there in
picture,
spirit.
I know I was because I remember.
You live in
I
New
actually
York, I'm
remember
sorry.
being
You were
there in
there
spirit.
in spirit.
LA does not have good late night delivery.
No.
So that's kind of like a huge flaw of
No,
the city.
you're right.
Among other things as well.
You're right. No, I really, we have to fix that. I
think the three of
would
us
love,
could.
Well, I am not kidding.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should be in Congress.
We should open. We should be in Congress and then open a restaurant.
I agree.
100 in that order.
In that order.
Benny's Sloppy Joe's.
Yeah.
Bernie
I
Sanders
love that.
opening a restaurant. Would you go?
Is he?
Totally.
No, I'm just saying he could and should.
Perfect.
Of course, I would
And
do
Dear
anything he
Media,
asked of me. Clip that.
So wait, Owen. So what? Can you just tell us what we need at pregame to make it absolutely splashy and so cool?
Of course. So first of all, I'm gonna be honest. If you have the money, you need a bartender. I'm sorry.
Oh my God! Your
Sorry.
Christmas party.
We're
Oh,
adults.
this all harkens back to your Christmas party, Christmas.
Totally, Chris.
Wait, who were the gay guys that did that video where they were like, "What's your pet peeve?" And they said like, "When someone brings you flowers without a vase."
Wait,
Do you
by the way,
remember that?
100%.
Insisting a pregame as a bartender is very
It's
bad.
so
Wait.
bad.
Do not invite me to your adult pregame unless you have someone serving my drinks. And he better be
bartender.
wearing a bow tie.
I'm sorry. Or it
And he
has to-
better be an actor.
Oh my God, totally. He better have read for Peter, or I will not have him near my house.
I really, really want that. I want a hot Peter, almost Peter, in my house.
Yeah.
Making a drink for you guys.
A young hopeful.
I'm sorry. I just don't want to make my own drink. I'm too. Well, actually, after last night, I might want to make my
But
own.
we
You
don't
might
know the
wanna make-
measurements.
yeah.
It's a science. Like mixology is a science, and I'm not trying to like.
Sorry.
I know that if
can't.
I
dropped out.
If I could be so lucky to have a bartender at my house, I would tell him if someone wants to adjust the sweetness of the drink, you have to let them because they're throwing up in their mouth right now.
Totally.
That
Well,
kid-
you have punched some big bowls of stuff, which I love.
Terry's
That's
got
kind of like a
old-
bartender.
A big old bowl.
And
Do you
it's
drink that
roofies.
much though? I feel like we're like
do
two
I
drink
drink a lot?
wonders. We're like 2 drink wonders. I feel.
After 2 drinks, yikes, I'm blacked and I'm out.
Yeah.
I am, whoa. I'm like zooming up to the sky, dude. Don't talk to me after 2
You will
drinks.
spill tea when you've had 2 drinks. I feel.
course.
Oh well, last night he was in a turtleneck, so I knew you'd say anything.
Yeah.
Well, of course, it was 102 degrees.
I know, and you
That
had
was
the
in-
cutest little shorts on.
Okay, so bartender, what
so
else?
cutie.
Okay, bartender. Fuck, this is kind of. I actually like a small pregame.
Totally.
Exactly. It should be
Intimate.
intimate connections with.
And the bartender has
industry's
to sign an
best.
NDA because you might hear everything that we say.
And so does
course.
everyone walking in.
You know, Emma
Totally.
Chamberlain's got that mouth on her.
Of course.
She's going all the way off on everyone.
Of course.
Yeah.
She's yelling at people. Right
Wait,
and
this
loud.
is so me telling Terry you were on fire last night. You have to do this to Jared.
What?
Every time to Terry, if we go to like a super calm like chill dinner,
Yeah.
the morning after I say you were on fire last
You
night.
were on
You're
fire
just
last
zingers
No
at
matter
dinner.
what.
I
the table.
love that.
So
were
all
on
you
fire
need
last
for
night.
Owen to have a good time at your pregame is a bartender and not that many people.
Yeah,
And we love
8
that.
people.
And
8 people and a
NDAs.
bartender and NDAs.
And NDAs, legal documents.
I actually won't say that much, but I want you to.
You won't say that much, but what you do say really sticks with you. And I'm thinking of a specific thing that you said one time.
Wait, say
that
it.
I am going to start beef over, but not yet.
Okay,
Not
okay.
with you either, with the person that said it.
Oh, 100. Well, and also, yeah.
Keep all this. Hey,
And I'll-
keep all
And we're
this.
going to keep all this.
And also, don't invite him to your pregame.
And we absolutely won't.
Hey, cut that.
So thank you so much, Owen.
We love
Wait,
you,
I
Owen,
love you
more
guys
than
so-
anything
Sorry
in the
we have
world.
to
Can I just
stop.
sit here all
I
day?
We do a full
know,
episode as
yeah.
like
This
this
is so
feels.
fun.
Yeah.
This
And
is
whenever
so
you're ready
fun.
to have me on your podcast, just like
Wait,
Mary
let me
Beth,
know.
I asked my agents.
Just let me know.
No, I do have to
Can I
actually
say
confront
something?
Kara
What about
Alpert.
this? Ride in your dreams. Go. That's enough, bestie.
Send in
dropped
court.
I break it.
Shatters.
Court.
Sorry I
so much.
yelled.
Court, we've been waiting.
I love you guys.
I love you so
I love
much.
you.
Get in here.
Close the door. Get in.
Whoa. Court. We talk
Hello.
about you so
All
much
the
on
time.
the pod.
Where's your cameras?
All the time.
Here.
The camera
Oh,
loves this kid.
God.
Barones.
The camera.
Okay.
This is court reveal.
Yeah, court.
Hey, guys.
Huge court reveal.
Huge court
So,
reveal. Oh, I can't feel
court.
my legs.
You have to. Yeah, this is perfect. So,
And
how
ready.
are you? You actually listen to the podcast, which is cool.
You have no idea how excited I am to be on this podcast right now. My heart is beating so
Court.
fast.
This makes me so happy.
I know.
I
me
listen
too.
to the podcast almost every night when I'm going to sleep. Every day when I take a shower. I listen to this and I listen to The Town. So very industry focused, and then I get like,
Really?
It's
you know,
those two things.
yeah.
It's yin and yang.
It's those make Corteon more.
Corteon.
Corteon.
So let's
Wait,
talk about your name.
Corteon.
Let's talk
Corteon.
about your name.
Okay, talk
'cause
about
we
my name.
Quickly, we
Gorgeous.
quickly got you a nickname on set, which was Court. But I feel like you don't
Court.
like it.
And I said CC every now and then.
NCC.
But you don't
CC
like
and BB.
it. And I feel
Court.
bad.
Court is good if I really like you. So like if I meet somebody and then they say
Lucky for
Court,
us.
like if they just
Too
like
soon.
yeah,
Too
yeah,
soon,
yeah.
not
It's like
good.
an immediate kind of you're ex out of my life forever.
That was me with
So-
Benny, but then we made the show, so kind of cat's out of the bag on that.
And then now when I call you Ben, I feel like it's like a little secret.
That's when it gets a
I
little.
have different.
whoa.
It's Ben, Benito, or Benny to me. I really just. It depends on the day.
It's
and
just
the
your
mood and
mood
the
split.
vibe. Yeah.
Wait, what do you prefer?
I have no preference, which really pisses people off, and I'm like, don't put that on me. I just don't care. It's like I love all the sides of me.
It's like a little roulette.
He's on set. We had a lot of fun.
You're so good at the kid voice. Can you do it?
had.
Oh my god.
See, we've
Whoa,
we
I've
have,
never seen that
we
side
have
of you.
poisoned his
What?
brain.
Oh, I've never seen you do
We have
that.
what
What
poisoned
is
his
the
brain.
sexy like suave
Totally
side?
sexy
Exactly. Oh, this is
suave.
and hey, right now he's
He's
actor
dance
locked in.
running.
Yeah,
As I go crisscross
Shoes.
applesauce.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
what do you
yeah.
ride for?
What do I ride for? I wanted to come on to ride and I'd say I ride for saunas because
You want to tell that story?
I think I don't know.
There is some,
or do you
I
not
don't-
want to tell that
I
story?
mean, we can tell the story, but I think I would allow you guys to lead.
Reenact it?
Yeah,
You want me to
and,
lead
and,
this
and,
story
br-
from-
and bring us through.
Can
yeah.
I play court and you play the other person? Or do
I-
you want to play court?
This is a role I have wanted my whole life. I would and say on any other day I'd let you have.
Well,
this
can I
part.
just say that people say we look alike? Which we,
And
which
so,
will
oh, sorry. I meant to bring you on as Benny Drama's lookalike.
I'm Benny Drama 6.
a
Benny Drama
season 2
6.
storyline? You'll
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, so Court's telling us this story. One
Wait,
time.
though. Sometimes you'll be in a situation at a pregame, for example, and a straight guy has the floor, and you just simply could never know what they're gonna say. And I don't remember how we got on this topic. I don't remember why you wanted to talk. Just like totally out of the blue, it seems. And so this is what we were told.
I think we got into this conversation because I said when I go to get a massage at a random place, I would love it if there was just like maybe one like little vibe I could give of like, don't touch my asshole.
Yeah,
And
don't.
I'm truly here for the massage. But if you do that, like, and you offer that, that's amazing. I just don't personally want it. But, and then you're like, totally like saunas. And then we started talking. And so Court's telling me this story of one time he was in a sauna and he's like, this guy came on to me and Court is straight.
I'm sorry.
I
So
know,
it's barking
it's
up the
bummer.
wrong tree.
Big, this
Baronis,
is
I
the big
know.
moment where we say, and hey, they've been new. But here's the thing. Court's talking about being in the sauna. He's like, yeah, this guy came on to me. And I was like, oh, you know, that's like, I guess maybe like sauna culture.
And it is sauna culture.
It is sauna culture in a lot of ways. And you're like, yeah, you know, it was like, and I was just trying to make some like conversation.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, huh, well,
What did you
I
say?
don't really talk when I enter a sauna.
Well, look, I
And
mean,
then-
you enter a room and it's just, you look, I was by myself.
So Court was by himself in the sauna, and another gentleman enters the sauna, and Court goes, and this is exactly what he did. He threw his head back, and he goes, he
Ready?
his hand was facing down, and he was going down his body, and he goes like this. He goes,
fuck, it's hot in here.
I did not
And
do
it
it.
echoed. That's why I did that.
Yeah.
It echoed.
Oh,
Fuck, it's hot in
here.
And you go, yeah, it's so weird. And then he was like, you're driving us all crazy.
No, you're
Yeah. Isn't that
what he
you're
said?
forgetting
What'd he say
so much.
But
Okay.
then the smoke cleared a little bit, and all these eyes opened in the sauna, and there were like 20 people in there, and you didn't even know we were in there.
Literally, all of a sudden he was in the
That's what I
WeHo Equinox.
pictured.
And it
That's
was,
what I pictured.
it's Snow White.
Everyone had their eyes closed, but when they opened them, you could see them in the
You were
light.
Snow White.
Yeah.
Where am I?
So what
No.
was the in between? Because I just kind of don't
Look,
remember.
first of all, I have to just clear my name. I didn't know anything about the sauna etiquette or anything like that. I was at the gym that I'd gone to in Toronto, which is where I'm
Dog
from.
Pound.
Yeah, I was at the Dog Pound. And it was a big ass room. I was by myself, and this day was particularly hot.
It was hot.
And like I said, I ride for saunas. I think they're a great place to meditate, to think, to go through conversations before you talk to your manager or your mom or something. If it's like a good
Manager
conversation.
first, mom
That's
second.
Yeah, manager first, mom second. You're always saying that.
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, so it was particularly hot, and I was by myself in there, and then some gentleman comes in, because he's riding for saunas too, and he sits like quite close to me. So I'm like, okay, like I'm not gonna ignore him, and I go.
That would be rude.
It would be maybe a little rude, so I go. Fuck, it's hot in here.
Is that not exactly the line read that we gave?
Yeah, well, I'm
sorry, spot on.
And then he kind of just looks at me, and I'm like looking away, and then he just goes, "You got a nice dick."
Oh,
And
I
I'm
forgot
like-
about that.
And I just say,
That-
honestly, thank you.
Thank
You were
so
naked?
much.
No,
Oh.
but like maybe if you like bend down a little bit, you could kind of get a peek.
Yeah,
And then I just
totally.
go, "Look, thanks, man." And then he goes, and he's
Take the
staring.
flowers.
He's staring at me.
Take the flowers.
He's staring exactly. I took them. I was like, honestly, thank you,
that is so
thank you. And he's staring at me, and I'm like looking out because I'm like, that's nice. And then he goes, and I go, no, I'm good. Like, thank you.
Me around the popsicles
Thank
and
you.
the overcompensating.
Thank you, but no.
Me to every
you, but
popsicle in the overcompensating house.
Suck it. And then I say, no, like, I'm okay, thank you. And then he just goes,
Actor.
you're driving us all crazy. And then I was petrified because
Who's us?
Who's
And
us?
that's when they all open their eyes.
yeah.
Court, we ride for saunas too, and I think it's really brave to come on here and just sort of share that story of
I
your
would've gone like this in there.
And that was the first gay guy you ever met, and then Benny was the second.
It was,
too.
which is
So-
Benny has been teaching me a lot about my relationship to gay
to
men,
the gay
and
community,
it's
and it's
really
stronger
great.
than ever, I would say.
You mean the world to us.
you.
Say, and
Court.
hey, you're driving us all crazy.
Crazy.
We
Now
love you,
more than ever, we
Court.
love you, Court. Thank you for joining
CC.
us. We have to wrap it up, and I'm so you can stay here for the sign
I'm
off
so
if you want.
glad that we can end with Court because Court acknowledges the work.
You know what I want
We're
to do?
ending with
I
me.
want to say, okay, so Wally plays Carmen.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Rish plays Miles.
plays
Nell
Miles,
plays
of
Emily.
course.
Owen plays George. And you play Gabe. And there are two of our strongest soldiers who were unable to be here today. And that's, of course, Adam, who plays Peter, and Holmes, who plays Haley. So we're sending love to them wherever
We're
they
sending
are.
love wherever you are, wherever you find yourself. I'm glad they've booked new jobs, but it is what it is. Like, we would have loved to have you here today, but
If
we
you
can't have
wanted to be
everyone.
here, you would be
You would be here.
So-
If you wanted to be at Coachella, you would have been.
would've come.
No, I'm so. This was so amazing. I feel so
fun.
lucky. To,
I hope
have
you
all our
feel like you
babies.
got like a little bit of like a peek into the cast, and we'll be talking about them nonstop.
I think
season
it was.
3.
We wanted you to hear from these dolls that we really love. I think that's why it answers your question about the tea. There's kind of no
And
tea.
what do they ride for?
I love these
tea.
darlings.
No
and then
tea.
Court freaking, he listens.
I'm
we
such a
talked about
fan.
him a lot.
I'm-
This is huge Court reveal.
I'm genuinely losing my mind.
And this is the overcompensating account admin reveal.
Totally. You said I will never recover from
Okay,
this.
one more pussy in a romper to end us.
No, I can't. I can't do that in front of Court. I'm walking out. I can't do it in front of Court. Babe, I'm on the road. No, I'm leaving. Love you so much. Bye.
It's a Team Prime video.
Ride.